It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show live still, yes, right here on SABC3, giving you all of that feel-good, delivering it straight to your living room. Thank you very much for waking up with us this morning. Now, this next guy is a digital content creator. He's a YouTuber. He's an engineer by profession. His name is Dennis Ngango. Gained national popularity back in 2017. I don't know if you guys remember. I remember this so well as the winner of the Samsung Social Star competition. He entered the competition with the hopes of gaining guidance on how to shape his digital content to having an impactful and self-sustaining career at
Well,
that.
since then, he has done just that. He has developed Defining Media, a digital platform that offers thought-provoking and empowering African content, which we love. And he joins us right now via video all the way from Jersey. Dennis, a very good morning, you superstar. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm well, thanks. Thank you so much for having me.
It's so good to have you, Dennis. Let's take it back, man. Let's take it back to Social Star, where you were selected to join the likes of Joanne Strauss, Maps Maponyane, and the Samsung team in Mauritius. You went all the way out there, and then you had this competition that really immersed you in that world. What was the competition? What was it all about, and how was that full experience for you?
So the competition was really all about identifying key people in the digital space that could really become the next big thing in social media. So it was just a space to give you guidance. We had Joanne Strauss, we had Maps, as you said, and they just poured into our content creation journey. And they also gave us the experiences. So for example, you see now we were in Mauritius, we had a very good time, and they gave us access to that, and they showed us how to create content in a space like that.
Yeah, tough day at the office, buddy. It looked like torture out there. Absolute hell. I'm so sorry that you had to be put through that. But we fast forward to where you are right now. I understand now, celebrating your 2-year anniversary, your content has really evolved. It is obviously the month of love. Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Maybe as a means of giving us a way of understanding your approach, can you talk us through the inspiration for Defining Love?
So Defining Love is like our most popular feature, or rather show on my channel called Defining. And essentially it's all about just bringing different couples together and exploring their love story. I think it's really important to have, stories of love outside of the ones that we know from home. Many of us come from either broken homes, or we come from spaces where, our parents and those who we are exposed to don't really speak about their love and how it has evolved. So with my channel, we've created a safe space for couples to do exactly that, and for you to be able to learn from their experiences.
And why was it so important for you to shed light on what love looks like today, especially having mentioned now that, a lot of us come from all sorts of different homes, may come from backgrounds where love isn't necessarily a centered conversation. Why was it so important? What drove you to anchor this conversation?
I think it's imperative to remember that, we don't see, especially as Black people on YouTube, I think now it's becoming popular, but we don't see our own stories on YouTube, never mind even mainstream media. We don't see our Black love stories online. And I think it was just something where after it literally happened by mistake, it wasn't something that we planned. And after the first couple of episodes, we saw that this is something that is changing the ways that people are able to view themselves, that people are able to view their identity, that they're able to view their love story. So I think just seeing how it has set people free, I think it was just important to just continue going.
So feeding off that, we've seen the likes of Prince KB, Zola Mhlongo, Tumi Morake, with her husband and Paul, all featuring in different episodes of the series in Defining Love. How do you go about choosing the couples, or do you find you have couples coming to you now that you've gained so much popularity?
I think it's a mixture of both. You do have couples who are excited to feature on the platform because they've seen what it's done. But at the same time, I think it's quite a tricky job, and I don't think people realize it because it's become a safe space. So that means we are responsible for the stories that we tell, the stories that we expose people to, because once a couple features on Defining, the story doesn't end there. Our supporters go into their lives, go into their social medias and become a part of their journey. So it's important to be responsible about who you expose to that audience. and so forth.
The beautiful thing that we really have enjoyed seeing with this platform of yours is that people are able to come through there and be so vulnerable. And I'm sure that for you, through having compelling conversations with different couples, that you've personally gained a lot of insight into their lives, right? Their love lives. What are some of the lessons that you sort of picked up through the interviews that you've had on there?
I think one big thing that I've learned, and I think this is important for everyone, especially during this time of the month, is that love, and especially our romantic relationships, is the one space where we project majority of our life experiences. So, for example, if you've experienced abandonment in some space, or you've experienced a broken trust in some way, it doesn't even have to be romantic. That stuff reflects in your romantic relationships. So I've learned that it's important to bear in mind that we carry those things into our relationships, and to be mindful of that. I think a lot of the times we think that we need to be perfect before we sign up for love, but sometimes love is so freeing that it heals you from your traumas and your brokenness. So that's definitely one thing. And another thing is that love is evolving. It's not stagnant. I think we like to think that love is just something that is exciting and it's a honeymoon, but to be honest, it's something that evolves and requires hard work and effort and consistency.
But what you're saying is love really can conquer all, hey? Yeah. Come on. This is Valentine's Day, man. I love the fact that after a bit of a break, Defining Love is returning now, today. So congratulations on that little mini milestone. What can we expect from this season? We saw some pictures on Twitter of Bontle and Pretty Ugly. Who's in the mix?
I think Bontle obviously is the biggest one. That's why we started the season with her. But with Defining Love, outside of the... how do I say this? Outside of the normal sort of relationships that we've explored, I think now we're going into a space where we're exploring different types of relationships, going more into queer spaces, going more into trans love, going more into interracial. So we're just going to explore more and more and more, and I think that's what you can expect with the coming season.
This is such a brilliant platform, and I think that it's got an important role to play in shaping the way that we respond to one another when we see relationships that might otherwise take a different form to what our own relationships are like. Thank you very much for chatting to us this morning. You really are a superstar in that space, and we wish you all of the best, eh?
Thank you so much. You're most welcome.
Unbelievable human being, creating amazing content as well. We thank him so much for chatting to us this morning, reminding us about the essence of love and life holistically through his content. That was digital content creator Dennis Ngango. Make sure that you check out his YouTube channel, Defining, for that and a whole other range of amazing topics and some inspirational stories that we really, I think, need right now more than ever.